Hi, I'm Peter Hawley, President and CEO of Fabled Copper Corp. And today I would like to tell you about our latest press release where we sampled high-grade copper on the Keays South copper occurrence. This is including 28.3% copper. Yes, that's right, 28.3% copper per ton, or 628.26 pounds of copper per ton. Just to give you a reference of how much 28.3% copper is, that's 4 of me. Gotta love that. We are happy to report on the 8th set of results of the 2021 surface field work on its Muskwa property, comprised of the Neil property, previously referred to as the North Block, the Toro property, previously referred to as the South Block, all in the northwest corner of British Columbia. The company also holds rights to the Bronson Property. We started the new year by reporting our findings on the Lady Luck occurrence in the south end of the Neil property. This was followed by the Mac, the 8A, the Harris, the 2A and 2B, the Creek, and now the Keays South copper occurrence. The Keays South showing is located approximately 500 meters southwest from the Keays North underground development and thought to be the same mineralized vein system. The high-grade mineralized Keays South vein averages approximately 1 meter in width were observed, with numerous large angular slough float vein fragments. Slough float is a term used in mountain geology, meaning sampling and fragments or pieces of material that has sloughed or slid down or floated from the original location. In this case, the angle of the hill caused the mineralized pieces to roll or slide down the hill. A total of 6 samples were taken. 2 were grab samples, 1 chip, and 3 float samples. And this was over a range of a vertical altitude of 106 meters. Now, grab sample D-723231, taken at the 1,827 meter elevation, consisted of quartz carbonate veining with minor graphitic fragments, abundant malachite alteration with 8% chalcopyrite, as semi-massive patches and disseminations with trace of bornite. This sample assayed 8.05% copper. Note the broken line outlining the veining trend above and the malachite copper alteration on the rocks. This sample sloughed down from above. Chip sample D-723232 was taken at the same elevation and over a width of 0.3 meters. This chip sample was composed of white quartz and beige iron carbonate veining with moderate malachite alteration, patchy chalcopyrite as bands, and 5% chalcopyrite as patches and disseminations. This chip sample returned 3.07% copper. Grab sample D-723233, taken at the 1,771 meter elevation, consisted of white quartz carbonate veining with minor bands or seams of shale and siltstone fragments. This had abundant malachite copper alteration with a 1.5 centimeter band of 20% chalcopyrite running through the sample. Overall, 1 to 3% chalcopyrite, and this sample returned 0.92% copper. Chip sample D-723234 at the 1,742 meter elevation. That's 19 meters vertically lower in elevation than that above, consisted of white carbonate veining and also iron carbonate. Black to dark brown on the weathered surface and mottled yellow to brassy yellow with minor green alteration on the fresh surface. Minor malachite and also shale fragments. 20% chalcopyrite and a trace of bornite and azurite. This sample returned an impressive 16.15% copper. Float sample D-723235 This was taken downhill at 1,728 meters vertically and consisted of white quartz, rusty dark red-brown on the weathered surface with vuggy and hackled textures, trace of malachite, 2% pyrite as gray patches up to 2 centimeters in size, 2% chalcopyrite as blebs and disseminated. This sample returned 1.37% copper. Now remember, 1% copper per ton is equal to 22.20 pounds. Chip sample D-723236, taken at the lowest elevation of 1,719 meters, consisted of semi-massive chalcopyrite and quartz, rusty black to dark brown on the weathered surface and brassy yellow on a fresh surface, weak banded textures throughout, and minor malachite copper alteration. This sample contained 95% chalcopyrite and returned an impressive 28.3% copper. A hand sample was collected for reference and study. Notice the massive brassy yellow chalcopyrite. Pure chalcopyrite will contain 34.5% copper and 30.5% iron and 35% sulfur. So as you can see, 28.3% copper is almost pure chalcopyrite. Let's see, besides 28.3% copper weighing the same as 4 of me, this ingot of pure copper weighs 2.2 pounds. 1% copper per ton is 22.2 pounds. So I need 10 of these copper ingots to make 1% copper. You still with me? So, doing the math, you would need 283 of these kilo ingots to give you 28.3% copper. Now that's a lot of copper in one area or vein. The high-grade nature of the Keays South veining, and that it also continues over 500 meters to the northwest to the Keays North development, certainly deserves additional sampling and will perhaps be investigated as a priority drill target for the summer of 2022. Follow us as we explore for Canadian copper in northern British Columbia.